What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Comically Boston. Today is episode 167, and we are back for another week of nerdy news. And we got a big one here. We got some sports, we got a lot of movie news, we got some DC stuff, some Marvel stuff, some other movie-related news, some television news. So we got a lot, so let's jump in right into it. So, just to start off with my Boston Celtics from the sports section of today, and you know, if you don't want to hear it, skip about 30 seconds. But Jayson Tatum signed a 5-year, $315 million contract, and the Celtics have pretty much re-signed their whole lineup, so they're trying to run it back and, you know, win another championship with that same lineup. But just last year, Jaylen Brown signed the largest contract in NBA history, 5 years, $304 million. So Jayson Tatum, the very next season, gets paid just $10 million more, but still, between our two star players, we have $619 million over the next 5 years. That's crazy. Over half a billion dollars just between two players, let alone Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday, right, and all the other contracts we signed. Peyton Pritchard, you know, we brought back Cornette, you know, like, we're bringing back everybody. Al Horford. It's just going to be a lot of fun to see them next year. But that's it for sports. So moving on, we have our first looks at Gladiator 2. And these first looks made me want to go back and watch Gladiator so bad and just fully really watch it. Because obviously I know of Are You Not Entertained? But have I seen Gladiator 1 fully through, not just like passing by on television? I don't think so. Maybe once, but it's been a long time if so. But I'm definitely going to rewatch that soon, so stay tuned. Movie review coming to the channel soon. But shout out Russell Crowe from that first Gladiator. And I'm not sure if this is going to be like a Gladiator done again, or if this is going to be like a true second movie and they're going to follow what happened in the first movie and on to the second. But I don't know, because that movie was a long time ago. But you can see here that we're going to have Paul Mescal, I believe, as the same character, Maximus, I believe is his name, that Russell Crowe played, and he kind of looks a little Russell Crowe-esque, young Russell Crowe. But Paul Mescal has been like coming up in Hollywood as one of these young actors that everyone's, you know, saying is really, really good. So I think he's going to get a big chance here to shine in this role, and good for him. Especially because across from him fighting with the sword is Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic himself. Oh, I love Pedro. But we see this shot of Paul here. He's got sand all over his arm. He's bleeding from his forehead, but he's got an intense scowl on him, so don't mess with that, man. And then you see on the other side of things here, I love Pedro's armor here. It's like black, but with gold trims. And what is that supposed to be on his chest there? Medusa? I don't know, but I love the vibes of this armor already. And then the king, right, I believe that this kingly character in the first movie was played by a young Joaquin Phoenix, but now we're getting a Denzel Washington. All right, okay, all right, Pedro, go kill Paul. Go kill Paul. Bring his hair back to me. I'm sorry if that was a terrible Denzel impression, but I got triggered into it, man. What are you going to do? And lastly here, the poster that came out for Gladiator 2. And I believe maybe even later today, the trailer for Gladiator 2 is supposed to come out and drop. So I'm excited to see that. Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Connie Nielsen, Denzel Washington. And that's going to be in theaters November 22nd. So, you know, I'll probably be seeing that one. But also coming out the same day, I think, is Wiccan. So people have already started to make these memes. Is Wiccan in Gladiator 2 the next Barbenheimer? What is that going to be? Gladiator Wicked? Wicked Gladiator? I like the second one. Wicked Gladiator 2, you know, like, alright. If they want to be the next Barbenheimer, go for it. But I don't know. The Barbenheimer might be a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. If you didn't do that double feature, you never get to. I didn't necessarily do a double feature, but I went and saw Oppenheimer, and then the next day or two I saw Barbie, and both great movies, but Oppenheimer was 3 hours, so I mean, it was good, but I think I honestly like Barbie better because it was shorter and funnier, and, you know, a lot more happening than that was like funny and good stuff than nuclear explosions. I don't know. Oppenheimer was great, but it was heavy movie to watch, especially for 3 hours straight, just like sitting there. But the score in that movie, fucking phenomenal. But moving on to some DC news. Last week we talked about DC's Superman in his first look at his suit out in the wild, and that was awesome. Still out in the wild here, I believe, in Cleveland. We see David Cornsweet taking off. And this cracks me up so much, because obviously in the movie he's going to power up and then it's going to be and he shoots off into the sky. But this final picture of him just kind of like and he like comes like a foot off the ground and then lands again. Like, oh god, I would die to see that version of Superman where his flying isn't working and he's like, come on, blast off. Nope, didn't work. Kind of like Toby's fucking, go Webb, fly, I'm moving away, go, go, go Webb, go. You know, like, and he oh god, I'm just imagining David Cornsweet Superman doing that type of thing where he's, alright, I gotta see if I can swing from my web. Alright, let's test out this flying thing. Up, and away! Okay, I didn't go anywhere, you know? Oh, God. Somebody edit that to make it look like I'm flying. But also, on the set of Superman, James Gunn's Superman, we get to see the first looks at Hawkgirl, played by Isabella Merced, and Green Lantern Guy Gardner, played by Nathan Fillion. Now, that haircut is very awful on Nathan Fillion. I thought it was going to be a lot more red, like ginger red, but it looks like they're going coconut cut blonde, which cracks me up. And Hawkgirl here, honestly, that people were saying that her outfit looks a little tacky and like they did her so wrong. Hawkgirl's main things for me is the mask and the friggin' mace thing that she's swinging around. So as long as she does that, I'm cool. But my biggest thing was, how is Isabella Merced in, what is this, Ohio, Cleveland, filming this when she's supposed to be in Canada filming season 2 of The Last of Us right now? I don't know, maybe they were on break or something, but this is pretty wild stuff, man. Like, and I just saw footage of them filming Bella Ramsey and her as Dina and Ellie up in, I believe, Calgary or something, up in Canada though. And Canada and Ohio aren't necessarily the closest, so maybe she's getting on flights and going back and forth to film as Hawkgirl and the other one, but I don't know. I don't know. How does that work? Hollywood schedules, man. They really start to throw you for a loop when you think about them too much. But in other superhero news, and speaking of a character that's kinda like Superman, Sentry has been stated that he's going to have Superman-like power and strength, but will have a no-killing rule. And the picture that was going around with this news was this picture of Sentry beating up the Hulk. So I mean, Sentry, I think, is supposed to be in Thunderbolt, so maybe he is going to be beating up a Hulk. Maybe he's going to be beating up a Red Hulk. I don't know, but I think all of us want to see Hulk angry again, and if Red Hulk's here, maybe that pushes our old Professor Hulk back to the angry side a little bit, and I would love to see that. I'm not going to talk a lot of spoilers for it, but Season 4 of The Boys has been quite ridiculous and hilarious and also crazy in every possible way. And Homelander, Anthony Starr here, just the look on his face when some breast milk hits his mouth is priceless. Like, he's so happy with himself. He's like, oh my god, is this real? And he's like, but you're not even pregnant. She goes, I did this for you, honey. You know, like, honestly reminds me of like Reba if she was a bad superhero named Firecracker. In other news, there was a poster just released for Brad Pitt's new movie F1 coming to theaters summer 2025, filmed for IMAX. And I've heard a lot of great things about this movie, and the one little teaser clip I saw of it, it kind of looks like Top Gun if it was Formula 1 cars. You know what I mean? Like, they got the cameras right on the cars as they're weaving and bobbing in and out of things. It looks like Brad's maybe really driving one of these. Now, granted, he's probably not driving an F1 car. He's probably driving more like an F3. And if they let him drive at all. And I heard like Lewis Hamilton was helping on this movie and driving for them and doing stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be or who or what this movie's gonna be about, but I like Formula One, so I'm quite interested to see what Brad Pitt is doing with this, because he's been working on this movie for a couple years now. So, I mean, Formula One, man, it's been growing and growing as a racing business, as like popularity. It's always been huge money side of thing on like the business side of things, because the cars cost so much money and the business is making money off of racing the cars and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's still not, it's not like NASCAR big, at least here in the States. But F1's famous worldwide. So I'm thinking this movie's going to do a lot for Formula One, and you know, bringing people in, much like the Netflix Drive to Survive series did. So I think it's all pretty cool stuff here. But last week was also July 4th, and on the 4th, Marvel released this picture of Captain America, which is only right, and he's wearing his cap suit here. I believe this is yet another cap suit. So I believe in Captain America Brave New World, Sam Wilson here is going to be wearing his white suit that we saw in Falcon and Winter Soldier. He's going to be wearing a blue and goldish suit, and he's also going to be wearing this suit, which looks like a mix between his original Falcon outfit and Steve's Captain America suit. So I don't know if this is blue in red and white, or if this is red, white, and like black, kind of like his black first original Falcon suit. Or so maybe this is like Sam's stealth suit. But it does kind of look more navy blue, so it kind of looks more like Steve's original suits, you know what I mean? But let's get into some more Marvel stuff. Deadpool and Wolverine right now is making their international tour for Deadpool and Wolverine, and they have started showing in China and Seoul and Saigon and all types of places over there. And you really love to see it. And this little clip got released, which just cracked me up because it's really quick, but it's Deadpool kissing a guy and then dropping him to the ground like he's got enough time to take a quick little selfie in the middle of this fight. And then there was another entertainment exclusive of Wolverine and his suit, which doesn't really feel like a new picture or a new exclusive. It literally is the same shot we've seen already in this room, just a couple more steps closer, you know what I mean? And like, it went from this shot to like this shot, and it's like, is that really a different shot? Is this an exclusive? But I'm okay with it, because I really don't want Marvel to spoil or show anything crazy like they did with Multiverse of Madness and show the entire Illuminati before the movie's even out. Like, don't do that shit. I know there's some people in the world that need to see that to go see the movie, but I think majority of people are going to see this, and we don't need to see more. And I'm hoping that the trailers and stuff have only showed us like about the first 10-20 minutes of a 2-hour movie, so I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of surprises in this movie. And speaking of surprises, we know that the Wolverine popcorn bucket has already been shown, and he's got the hole at his mouth. But we have another one with Deadpool, and his hole is going to be coming out of the side of his ear, as if maybe there was an explosion out the side, and it looks like the hole is like bleeding. And it also looks like there's another hole in his neck, which will also be a soda spot, so you can have a drink and a popcorn in Deadpool's head. Now, I'm not a popcorn guy at the theaters, but I might be having to get both of these popcorn buckets just for the shits and gigs of both of them. Like, why not? Like, they just look too funny. Just to have on like the shelf or something, or like over here on one of my other shelves. Fuck yeah. There was also some international posters released. Deadpool and Wolverine and whatever that says, and he's like wearing a straw hat. And in both of these, you can see Deadpool's like terrible skin, and like Hugh Jackman still looks like Hugh Jackman, really. Deadpool's Wade Wilson's terrible skin. Oh God, I hate it. But you can see in this picture too, his like whole body's just like Swiss cheese. It's so bad. It's like burnt. But the two of them fighting in a ring like this. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna happen in the movie, but these are some pretty badass international posters regardless. And then from that international tour, there has been press reports and stuff released that Wolverine and Hulk are going to be fighting in this movie. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true, if Mark Ruffalo came out here and did some mocap for this, but maybe it wasn't Mark Ruffalo. Maybe it's a different Hulk in the multiverse. Maybe it's Edward Norton. Maybe it's David Bana. You know, or Eric Bana, whatever his name is. But what would you guys think of that? Deadpool has Hulk in there, and maybe it's even just a quick scene and they're fighting and he sees Deadpool and just throws Deadpool back into a portal or something. I don't know, but Deadpool and Wolverine and Hulk, you know, at an and, I would be okay with that. You know, make it like a trio the whole time. In the comics, Wolverine and Hulk have big fights, so maybe we're gonna get to see that, and then we're gonna finally get to see that in live action, or maybe they'll save that for Secret Wars. But I don't know, it'd be a shame to have Hugh Jackman back in the yellow suit and not have him fight Hulk, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I think that we're gonna see quite a few Wolverines, even if not all of them are Hugh Jackman. Like, there's rumors that there will be multiple variants of Wolverine played by other people and multiple variants played by Hugh Jackman, I think. And I feel like there's only going to be one Deadpool. No, that's not true. There's going to be Dogpool, there's going to be Samurai Pool, so there's going to be multiple variants of both of them. But how far down the list of cameos do we really go? Because that list is getting stacked and bigger by the second. But the last piece of news here, Agatha all along dropped a trailer yesterday, and they're going to be dropping 2-episode premiere on September 18th, but right before Halloween. And this feels so right. Halloween vibes, spooky shit. It just feels so awesome, and the trailer was great, and we have little teases to October 13th. Maybe that's a Friday the 13th in October. And Wanda Maximoff is like a name that appears on a toe tag on a dead body. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to be going on with that, but it looks like Agatha All Along is the real title now. And, you know, we see a dead body in the woods with black fingertips and his face down. So we really can't tell if it is Wanda. I feel like this might be a fake out and it will be a different person. But, I mean, if this whole show is telling us what happened to Wanda after Multiverse of Madness, I'm not so mad at that either, you know? Like, fill in some gaps there. Tell us what happened to her. Give Agatha this great show with this great cast with, you know, it looks hilarious but also looks terribly spooky. But maybe it will also bring in like Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, Blade, you know, bring in the horror side of the MCU, vampires, the devil, maybe Chthon or Mephisto will be in there. Like, I don't know, but I have high hopes for that. And people are saying like that Agatha might not do well and people aren't excited for it. Wasn't WandaVision the biggest show for them ever, like on Disney Plus? So I don't know, maybe it's been too long since WandaVision, but I don't know. I'm going to do a rewatch closer to October of WandaVision before I get into Agatha All Along. And I'm excited for it now because, you know, I've always said that the Marvel doing the holiday specials is a wonderful idea. Like, I think we should have a spooky Halloween show every year for Marvel and have a holiday Christmas special every year for Marvel. Whether it's the Guardians holiday special or that What If Season 2 where they're dropping every day over the Christmas break, or Hawkeye for Christmas, or Werewolf by Night for Halloween, you know, like, I really dig that format of when they put out stuff like this. So having a show over Halloween, this should be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. But comment below, what are your thoughts on Agatha All Along? And would you like me to do a full trailer reaction and breakdown to that? If so, comment those things below. You can message me on my Comically Boston email, comicallyboston@gmail.com. If you have any questions or fan mail or theories you want to talk about, throw those down in the comment section below or message me. And if you want to message me on my other social medias, link in the description below. Please, if you want to support me and this channel, like this video, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell if you don't want to miss future videos. My name's Big Cam. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.